So here's some advice I would give people that are in that spot, because this is supposed to be about money and real estate, and we'll get back to that in a second, but sometimes life issues are what people need most. And so
Yeah.
if you're in a spot where you just feel stuck, whether it's depression, anxiety, like sadness, whatever it all is, it's super important to like kind of step back and evaluate your circumstances without being in it. Like, remove yourself from the forest so you can actually see the trees, or whatever it is. You can't see the trees through the forest through the trees, whatever the analogy is. And
Forest through the trees.
yeah, there
You
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 go.
had it right.
Remove yourself from it and just ask yourself a couple of questions. Like, whatever the circumstances are, regardless of it, because I'm trying to be as broad, whether it's even things that are horrible, like being a parent losing a child, which I hope I never have to experience. I have two beautiful little girls. Like, dude, just understanding that some things don't have an answer, that some things don't make sense. If you believe in God and you're like, God, why would you let this happen? Like, there's just some conversations we're going to have to wait to get to heaven to get the answers for. So
You're absolutely
number one,
right.
like being okay that you don't have all the answers. And then number two, deciding like, is how I feel the best behavior for the circumstance I'm in? For me, is throwing my life away the best way to honor Steve and Matt, who had passed? If Steve or Matt could have switched places with me and I died and they survived, would I be okay with them just taking pills and drinking alcohol? No. So I put it as like a responsibility on myself to live a bigger, better life for them. And then, ask yourself a question like, is being a victim going to serve me, my family, my business, my life, whatever it is, or is it going to harm me? And then the last thing too, and for big life circumstances like Steve and Matt, it's a little bit different, but maybe you just lost your job or whatever it is, and that's what's bothering you. The last thing you need to ask yourself is, 1 year from today, is this even going to matter? That's something I started doing maybe a year or so ago. And 90% of the stuff that bothers me, actually in a year, it wouldn't matter. I mean, honestly, losing Steve and Matt still bothers me 15
Yeah.
years later. So not everything will be a no, but probably 85 to 90% of the things that really get you down, if you just stopped and said, is this going to matter 1 year from today? It almost never does. And I mean, just you get stuck in traffic, which makes you lose your flight, and you have to get rebooked for the next morning, and you're freaking pissed. Cool. 1 year from today, is that actually going to matter? No. So then just let it go and only focus on what you can control.
I
So I've
like
done
that.
a lot of inner work to get through what I've gone through. And those will be the Cliff Net versions for anybody who feels stuck. It's like, just have like an internal dialogue with yourself and say, is how you feel and how you're acting the best way to honor the people you've lost or to deal with your situation? Almost never is. And so then it's like, cool, find the motivation to change.